Welcome to Cultura Latina. Today we're having another delicious special on Latin American flavors. First, we're visiting the culinary capital of Latin America, Peru, for a taste of their popular desserts. Then we're visiting Honduras for a taste of their traditional delights. Take a look. Peru is known for having the best food in Latin America, which is accompanied by a series of traditional desserts dating back to the colonial era. Let's taste a bit of the delicious picarones, the Lima-style sai, or the mazamorra morada, among others. Join us! Have you ever wanted to learn how to make an artisanal Peruvian donut? If you haven't yet, you will now. Though picarones were traditional sold in the streets, now you can find them in restaurants all around Peru's capital. Let's see how it's done. "93-year-old Rosa Luna has been making dessert for 47 years. I don't know about you, but I want to see how it's done. Her specialties are the mazamorra morada, made from purple corn, and the frijol colado, made with canario beans."
At 11 years old, I knew how to make frijol colado, and my mother would say, "Oh, yours is even more tasty than mine." I was always there. I liked it how she would make desserts, and every day in my house there would be a big bowl of sweets, and it would be finished immediately. You didn't have foolishness back then, like thinking this is going to make you fat or not. You had to eat dessert every day.
Rosa has now passed on her knowledge and skills to her daughters on how to make these desserts. One of the house favorites is called Lima-style sai.
They say that someone was sitting at the table and said, "This is a delight, like a sai." Then he said that that's what it should be called, Lima-style sai.
Despite the aggressive foreign influences that hit Honduras when it comes to fast food, delicious dishes like the famous baleada, the crispy pastelitos, or even the sweet pastries and bread have managed to survive and remain favorite among local palates. Come see. In the early 1990s, baleadas were invented in northern Honduras near banana plantations. Workers only had access to company stores, and due to the monocrop, it was impossible to find the traditional corn to make tortillas. People started to make tortillas with wheat flour. Eventually, they became popular in the cities, including Tegucigalpa, where thousands of people passed by on their way to work to buy the flour tortillas filled with beans and butter. Baleada means someone who was shot. The food got the name when a woman in San Pedro Sula was shot and returned to sell tortillas just 2 days later.
They are very delicious. They are typical here, as we say. It's the typical food. Every day we sell around 500 to 800 baleadas. It depends on the day. Some days are better than others. Normally, Hondurans eat many baleadas. We eat it all the time. There are even customers that come for lunch to eat 5 baleadas because they are fans. But in general, for breakfast, we sell more.
At lunchtime in Tegucigalpa, a wood house known as Los Toneles received hundreds of customers craving for pastelitos de perro or dog pastries. These are small fried tortilla wraps with meat and potato inside. In the famous cafeteria, customers also find yuca with pork cracklings, fried bananas with beans, and other traditional foods.
We sell the dog pastries, yuca with pork cracklings, bread with beans, fried bananas, but the most famous are the dog pastries. We've been selling these for 18 years.
I know you're probably hungry right now, but we expect you again next week for another taste of Latin American culture. See you then.